We're in. All right, very good. Welcome everybody, and thanks for being here today. My name is DiFazio, Colonel Mark DiFazio. I'm the command surgeon here at the Legal Command, and we're celebrating a very special day as Nick comes into the Air Force and has his oath of office in front of, or says his oath of office in front of us all. So, a couple points I want to make. For those of you on the phone, I don't know if you're muted, but if we could just make sure that everybody's muted except for Lieutenant Colonel Berghouse, so we don't hear any barking dogs or any ancillary noises until we start clapping, and then you guys can make a lot of noise. And then I also wanted to thank in particular Colonel Livingston for having us here today so very graciously. When I told her that Nick was going to be saying his oath of office, we were looking for a little bit more of a formal place to do it. Dolly welcomed us with open arms, so thank you so much. So we appreciate that. And thanks again for everybody else's attendance. So on the phone, we have an important list of people. We have Nick's mom and some grandparents and some cousins and friends. So welcome all to you, and thank you so much for being here with us today for this auspicious moment. So I think we're going to try to unmute Lieutenant Colonel Berghouse, and we can hear him when he speaks. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So just a brief introduction. Lieutenant Colonel Berghouse is the chaplain for Legal Command, as everybody knows here. And let Nick know that Paul has been a friend and a confidant and a spiritual guide. Yes, he's not on the phone. We do this bereft of any spirituality, right? All right, if he joins, maybe we'll have a concluding. He's on. Okay. All right, Paul, can you hear us?
Thank you, sir.
Very good.
I invite you all to join me in prayer if you so choose. Almighty God, thank you for granting this occasion to gather together, both near and far, to honor and celebrate the formal commissioning of Nicholas DiFazio as he enters the armed services of our nation as an officer in the United States Air Force and as a member of its corps of medical professionals. We are inspired by his choice of service before self and his commitment to care for those who protect our nation, especially at a time when healthcare professionals are needed most and are on the front lines of a global pandemic. Bless Nicholas richly as he assumes the responsibilities of his profession and the care of those entrusted to him. This moment would not be possible without the help of parents, siblings, family, friends, and mentors, some of whom are gathered here. We also honor them today and thank you for their steadfast love, encouragement, and support. Thank you for how they have prepared Nicholas to lead and to serve with excellence. As he takes his oath of office in a few moments and begins his commissioned service, grant him all that he needs to continue to pursue excellence, to serve the common good, and to promote the health and well-being of others. Bless this ceremony now, I pray, for I ask this in your mighty name. Amen.
Thanks, Colonel Berghouse. We appreciate that. So before we get started, we have a lot of people on the phone who aren't necessarily familiar with the oath of office and how we do this in the military. And so I was going to say just a few words, a little bit about what we're going to do, and then talk a little bit about Nicholas for just a couple seconds, and then we'll go ahead and offer him the oath of office. So basically, for my parents, I think they may remember when I was first commissioned back in the day. Basically, what we're doing today is Nick will repeat an oath of office that all military members repeat, and basically this demonstrates his allegiance to the Constitution of the United States, but more broadly, basically cements him and the Air Force and the military sort of together in sort of a formal agreement of service. So this is, again, an auspicious moment for all of us, and many times during our promotion ceremonies, we'll repeat this, the oath of office as a means of, again, further sort of reminding ourselves who we're taking the oath and, or why we're taking the oath and who we're joining. So I just wanted to, again, thank Nicholas for inviting us to do this all together. It's been an amazing ride. Nicholas has had accomplishment after accomplishment. So from academic accomplishments to athletic accomplishments, caring for children with special needs at both the camp and developing processes at his college to help children with special needs, going to school for nursing, and then becoming an amazing nurse. Both your parents are absolutely bursting with pride right now, Nicholas. Your sisters as well, Amy, and the rest of your family are not particularly surprised, but we're wonderfully happy for you. Okay. I just also want to let family members and friends know that there's a long legacy of family members who are participating in military service going back to my grandfather, your great-grandfather, Lucian in the Navy, Colonel Thaddeus Phillips, U.S. Air Force, Master Sergeant J.B. Bonner, U.S. Air Force, your mother, Major Terry Bonner, U.S. Army, and Captain Lou Shager, who I believe is on the phone as well, and the U.S. Navy. So a lot of mentors have really helped you come to this decision, and I think they've all offered you a good understanding of what it is to be in service to American citizens and the U.S. military. There's also a long legacy, Nick, of medical service, and me and your mother just wanted to emphasize that as well. Your grandmother, Grandma Carol, Nana as a nurse, your mother, Thaddeus as well, and myself. So again, I have a long line of people who are just so pleased to see you moving on with this. Okay. Your mother made the point last night that all those broken spatulas that encountered your backside somehow, really offered you the right impetus. So she really thought that was a great investment for all of us. So I'd like to turn the floor over to Terry, Nicholas's mom, Dr. Phillips. Are you on the line?
I am here, Mark. And Mark, I just want to say your dad is right. You mumble. You've got to speak up with that mask on.
Without fail. All right, you go ahead and just launch into it, Terry. We can hear you well, so thank you.
So I just have a few words. Number one, I'm just thrilled. Thank you, Delaney, for setting this up. On behalf of your siblings, your grandparents, your aunts, uncles, and too numerous to count cousins, Nicholas, I want to congratulate you on your courageous and inspired choice to be of service to our country. Son, you come, as your dad said, from a very long legacy of people who have served in the armed forces. Your great-grandfather Phillips, your grandfather Phillips, your uncle Thad, Colonel Phillips, who was on the phone, on Zoom, a part of the COVID task force in South Carolina, and of course your dad and I who met while active duty in the U.S. Army Medical Corps. So we are just extraordinarily proud of you, son. And I just want to say that the United States Air Force has gained the best and the brightest of the nursing profession. This is another thing that I think is in your genes, it's in your DNA, son. Your dad already mentioned it. I'm not sure if everyone heard, but both of Nicholas's grandmothers are nurses. We're also proud of you, son, for choosing, one of the most selfless professions there is. So we're proud of you, and more importantly, son, make yourself proud. You always have. Continue to do that. I'm going to use Uncle Thad's words. I don't think they're his. I think they're probably the U.S. Air Force. But we want to just leave you with these words. Aim high, fly, fight, win.
Go Air Force!
All right, thank you, Dr. Phillips. That was great. Thank you so much. All right, Nicholas, you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Why don't you go ahead and stand facing me? Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Nicholas DiFazio,
Having been appointed a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force,
having been appointed a second lieutenant in the United States Air Force,
do solemnly affirm that I will support and defend
do solemnly affirm that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States against all enemies,
the Constitution of the United States against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter.
the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to so the newest U.S. Air Force Second Lieutenant, my son, Nicholas Paul DiFazio. Any words, thank you for us.
I don't want to take any, too much more of your guys' time. Incredibly honored, honestly. I sound shaky, not because I'm nervous, but because of how many emotions are kind of coming over me right now. As you guys heard, the legacy behind me is one of great success, and I hope to get even close to what has been laid behind me, and I hope to continue that path. Colonel Livingston, I can't thank you enough for allowing us to have this here. It means a lot that you're here as well to witness this. Lainey, the past, 8 months have been some of the craziest and most exciting, and I can't tell you what it means to have you in this room with me right now, and I'm excited for our journey stepping forward. Everyone on the call right now, I know I'm gonna miss a few people. Braden, my brother, I miss you, I love you, man, I hope to see you soon. Mom, I can't wait to see you. Thank you so much for those words. I really appreciate it. Shout out to 2E, my co-workers, my first nursing job. I'll never forget you guys. My high school friends, I love you guys. I miss you, St. Mary's. Shout out you guys. I love you, family. I love you guys. Yeah, Anya, okay, she's fine. I love my sisters. I love you guys. Dad, again, means a lot to have you have doing that for me and bringing me into the armed forces. And I'm excited to serve every single one of you in my best capacity. And I promise to make every single one of you guys proud. Everyone in this room and everyone in this country, I will be honorable and serve honorably. So thank you.
Thanks. All right, thank you so much, everybody, for being here. This concludes our ceremony, and thanks again for sharing it. We really appreciate everybody being in attendance. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you can congratulate Bob.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely.